We are out here at GARRAS 2025, our 11th annual anniversary for our fashion show, and I want y'all to come and join us as we interview some fashion designers, some amazing VIP guests. Vénganse. What makes this not only a very special fundraiser, but also a very special fashion show?
Well, this is truly an event that is put together for us, by us, and it's a way for us to show who we are as a community, who we are as people, and really to show our resilience and our strength.
Yes, and with all the federal attacks that have been ongoing, what words do you have for our TGI Plus community?
I just want to say to the amazing, beautiful, and incredible trans, gender-expansive, and intersex people that, the TransLatin Coalition, along with many members of our community, are fighting for all of us to have a better quality of life and to ensure that we continue to exist the best possible way and that we resist all of the craziness that are happening against us. So don't lose faith. Understand that we are powerful individually and collectively, and that we'll make things better together.
I know that TransLatin Coalition is actively working on fundraising for their new home. Can you tell us a little bit about that project?
We're excited about being in the middle of Sunset, folks. So, for a trans organization and Latina trans women to be leading an organization that has secured lands in Hollywood, in the middle of Sunset Boulevard, what is more remarkable than that? A place that is ours, that is for our people, that will live on beyond both me and Bamby and the people that are currently working at the TransLatin Coalition. So I'm excited to be able to really be part of that, right? To continue to raise awareness funds and people donate. Without money, it's hard to really do the work. So I'm excited.
La muñeca de TLC. Let's a ver la vuelta, la vuelta, la vuelta. Eso, eso, eso. Ow! Why is it important for people to lend their talents to not only TransLatin Coalition, but to a fundraiser, a fashion show like GARRAS?
Well, first of all, it's fierce as hell, and everybody should be lending their voices and their talents and anything that they have to this movement, to this cause. I think, where we're at politically and just in terms of culture and stuff, a lot of things are being taken away from us. So when you show up and you lend all of the power that you have inside of yourself to something, it just, we stand taller together and united. It's, so I think it's every little bit counts, and I think it's our responsibility as artists to reflect the times. Nina Simone said it best back in the day, and I think it's my responsibility to show up and be an advocate for my trans brothers and sisters and just my queer family in general. It's really, really important to me.
Yeah, and I know that the messaging a lot of the times is use your voice. You're literally here tonight.
Literally, I'm using it. I'm like Ariel tonight. And that bitch in the White House, Ursula, ain't gonna take it away. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, bitch.
Our community, TGI people, investing in their own orgs and their own companies. What advice do you have for people who maybe have an idea and maybe don't know how to even start that process, right?
Honestly, I tell everybody, and this is gonna sound crazy, but learn what the white man knows. Okay, honey? Don't just sit there and try to get paid. Try to learn, try to invest in knowledge and education from people who have privilege and soak it up and apply it to yourself. Instead of trying to always seek somebody to save you and to make it happen for you, and investigate their brains and figure out how did you get to where you are, and so do that research. I think as trans people sometimes we're a little lazy, we just want things to fall in our laps. I am one of those people, but I've learned that life is just not like that, and if you really want to excel, own your own business, be an entrepreneur while trans, it is going to be twice as hard, but it can be done.
What words would you have for not just TGI youth, but also parents of TGI children?
I think it's very hard right now. I'm very grateful that when Hannah was transitioning, that's my daughter, that, there wasn't this kind of animosity that there is today, and to me it's just appalling. I just think I look at an organization like this, and it makes me understand that what seems impossible in these times is possible. And so I think that they just have to support one another and lead their lives by their convictions. But it's hard. It's really hard. I'm just very grateful that our daughter found her authentic self, and she's living her authentic life, and she's amazing. There you go.
You're also amazing. Thank you so much.
Para mí es muy importante, es una noche de celebración no solo para mis amigas, sino para las amigas de mis amigas y para todas las chicas y la gente de la comunidad que en estos tiempos está viéndose tan afectada por la situación política. Ya nos están usando como un arma, ¿no? Incluso, y cuando pues simplemente lo único que queremos es existir y tener nuestro espacio sin hacerle daño a nadie, y es muy importante reivindicar a través de la moda, porque la moda es una libre expresión que nos deja ser quienes somos y sin ningún lugar a juicio. ¿No? No hay sexos en la moda, simplemente hay arte, y pues me encanta poder estar aquí compartiéndolo con todas vosotras. Es un regalo de verdad, no me quiero emocionar, pero muchísimas gracias por invitarme, por acogerme así.
What is the importance of our community and also our allies to be here tonight?
Well, it's really important not only to show up for the trans community, but also the Latino community, because with everything going on right now, in addition to all the trans, it's a lot. So showing up in terms of fashion is it's something that we've always done as a community, whether it's been ballroom or just fashion in general, high fashion as well. Mm-hmm. So it's been very interesting to see the designers over the years and how they've evolved.
How do you continue to advocate for yourself as well as for your background, your culture, your upbringing?
Yeah, I mean, I used to not really bring up the fact I was Filipino because it didn't always get me jobs, and we all want to eat. You know, we all have something to prove when we're artists and we're trying to build ourselves up. But I've been a teaching artist since I graduated from college in 2003. And in the last few years, since the pandemic and our strike and what's been happening with our administration, it really does something to you. And I made a decision during pandemic, am I going to let the challenges that come ahead, are they going to define me? And are they going to be against me, or are they going to be for me? And I chose the latter.
You do a lot of advocacy as it relates to trans mask folks. So can you talk to us a little bit about that, specifically as it relates to fashion, right? I know that I've talked to a lot of different folks who have told me that part of the reason why they got into fashion designing was because they didn't find clothing for themselves.
Absolutely. I think that's such a big thing that taught me so much. Somebody told me, they were like, clothes are made to fit you. You're not supposed to change the way that you look to fit in the clothes. And so being a trans man and not being able to find any pants that fit me right, any shirts that fit me right, I had all this dysphoria, and I just decided one day that I could be the change and make the clothes that I always wanted to see. And that moment of being, and I'm sure you know it, that moment of putting on an outfit that finally like sits right on the hips and feels right on the shoulders, it's such a freeing moment, and honestly I believe it's a life-saving moment for so many people. And so it's just a big passion for mine, for trans people to know that they can find clothes that make them feel that affirmed, and that there's nothing wrong with them if the clothes at the store aren't made for them or aren't right for them, because they're not, and that's okay. They can find clothes that are better, and they're out there for the gender euphoria.
Please tell us, here at GARRAS 2025, are you enjoying yourself tonight? What is going on?
I am. This is actually a really big moment for me. I just moved to LA this month, and I've always wanted to come to one of these events. I love what this represents, seeing the TransLatin Coalition and how much it's grown in the past couple of years. It's really inspiring.
It's amazing. And look, this is, what else is in store? Because I need to see more of this. I need to see you roller skating. Like, what else is happening?
I mean, honestly, I just dropped my first debut single, Glide, by Hernandez. You can see a lot of the glamour. You can see all the skating.
You can see you gliding.
Yes.
Bueno, mi nombre es Enrique Montes, vengo desde Las Vegas. Estoy aquí en el Fashion Show de GARRAS, ahora aquí en Hollywood, en Beverly Hills, donde traje mi nueva colección de vestidos que la colección se llama Sassy. que no nomás hago vestidos de novia, de quinceañera, ya me atreví a hacer de todo. ¿Por qué? Porque un diseñador debe de hacer de todo, no nomás una cosa. Hay que hacer diferentes para el tipo de mujer, porque para mí todas las mujeres son bellas.
Baby, can you tell us a little bit about your fashion design? What is going on here tonight at GARRAS 2025?
So what we have going on is something unique, something you've never seen before, something from my mind. Everything's handmade, hand created, all the designs, or the art, I consider it. It's made by myself. I'm self-taught designer, was taught by family members as well. My grandmother sews, my mom and my aunt sew. So it's in the lineage. And
wow, generational.
Yes, it is, yes. So my grandmother, she knew how to sew, she learned that from her mother, and then she passed it down to my mom, which was passed down to myself as well. So for me, it's kind of like keeping the family alive as well. My grandmother's birthday was actually yesterday, which she turned 94. So this is like a way of me keeping like that family art alive for myself.
Toda mi colección es para hombre y pues me gusta lanzar lo que es la comunidad trans men, non-binary, entonces todo lo que traemos nosotros en la presentación es representando a toda la comunidad LGBT. La ropa se hace a la medida de la persona como la quiere, flojita, delgada, apretadita, no sé, enseñar menos, enseñar más. Entonces eso es lo que me gusta y lo que identifica a Antonio Luján, por eso los diseños cada uno siempre son nomás uno de cada uno.
Sí. ¿Y cuál es la importancia de seguir viniendo y apoyando a GARRAS? Porque dijiste que esta es la tercera vez que vienes, ¿verdad?
Sí. Es que yo creo que tenemos que nosotros enseñar a la comunidad que existen eventos y oportunidades de las cuales podemos tener y enseñar y educar a la gente muchas veces, porque a veces no tienen la educación en lo que es la comunidad LGBT, entonces creo que es una de las oportunidades que podemos enseñar para que la gente sepa y nos pueda no aceptar, pero por lo menos educar un poquito más a lo que es lo que es la comunidad LGBT.
Sí. Hermosura, si nos puedes decir acerca de tu fashion.
Pues mucho Upcycle trata empoderar a las personas trans, especialmente a las personas transmasculinas que no tienen mucha visibilidad en cuestión de la moda. Pues mucho Upcycle trata de traer esa visibilidad. Empezó desde una necesidad porque yo no encontraba ropa que me gustara o que fuera acorde a mi expresión. De ahí fui partiendo y vi también como que esa necesidad alrededor de, pues nada, de mí. Pues nada, siento que es bien importante traerlo a GARRAS porque pues para que la gente que no tiene ese acceso pues vea que sí es una posibilidad.
Can you tell us a little bit about this fashion that you all are bringing today?
So BornXNaked is dedicated to making garments that are gender affirming, that help individuals feel their most authentic self in the skin that they have. And we want to amplify the feeling and sensuality in each piece that we make. We handcraft these pieces to curate to trans people, but we want to make a broader spectrum of just people generally. And BornXNaked is all about your skin is a canvas, and our clothing is the art.
And Vanessa, what is the importance of being here at GARRAS 2025?
I think that with the given politics in the world that we're in, I think it's powerful, I think it's needed, and it's extremely, extremely valid that we show people that we're here, we're not going anywhere, and that we deserve to feel beautiful, to feel affirmed in our bodies, and to give a little show, a little Chichi.
It's a little Chichi. That's right, corazones. We are out here at the end of the night for GARRAS 2025, our 11th annual fundraiser. We are so thankful to all of the sponsors that came out tonight, all of the fashion designers that made it out and showcased their art, and all of the amazing TGI people, as well as all of our allies that made it here tonight, that made their voice heard and said, we are relentless, we are powerful, we are strong, and we will not be silenced. We hope that you will join us next year. Visit garras.org to join us.